Hey guys, my name is Christian Taylor. Welcome back to CraylerMade, where I like to show you how to build websites, how to build a brand, and how to do online marketing. So I've talked countless times about the importance of having a website for your business, and to have a website up and running, you need a quality web host. Now I did an extensive comparison of decent shared web hosts on my channel. These are hosts that can get you started and give you a decent hosting experience if you just want to throw a company site together and forget about it. But what if you're more technical like me and you want a more powerful, flexible hosting solution? Up to this point, I have not found a web host I truly love. I've used Amazon Web Services for years, and while the reliability and speed was amazing, it was really overkill for my needs. So that's when I switched to shared hosting, and I had even more frustrations. It was more affordable and a lot simpler, but I had big issues with speed and reliability. To make a long story short, I finally found a web host that I'm in love with. Shout out to this guy in the comments who told me about Cloudways. Thank you, dude. You're amazing. This has been life-changing. Now, Cloudways is a managed host that gives you the speed and reliability of large cloud platforms with the simplicity of a scaled-down hosting panel. Cloudways takes an innovative approach to web hosting that I've never seen before. They actually let you choose where your server is hosted. You'll be getting your own VPS no matter which option you pick, but you can pick whether you want your server at DigitalOcean, Linode, Vultr, Amazon Web Services, or Google Cloud Platform. This is what immediately got my attention. You mean I can have my own server, pick from several reliable cloud providers, and have a simple panel to install applications with one click and manage backups with ease? I just had to try it out. Now, the amazing thing about Cloudways is that they actually give you a 3-day free trial. I have never seen a host offer a risk-free trial like this where you don't have to enter a credit card number or sign up for hosting first on the promise of some money-back guarantee if you don't like it. Now, once you have your server set up with Cloudways, you can install as many applications as you'd like. I have a 1 GB server from DigitalOcean with over 10 websites on it, and I can create as many additional websites as I'd like. Now, Cloudways isn't guaranteeing the speed or stability of your server if you put a ton of high traffic websites on a small server, but you can scale the server up at any time. For my needs, the 1 GB server works perfectly and hosts my sites reliably. Where Cloudways really shines is for managing multiple WordPress sites on one server. You can create new WordPress installations with one click, and you can do one-click staging environments. This is a feature of high-end WordPress hosts like Kinsta and Flywheel that I love, but Kinsta charges $30 per month per website for their cheapest plan. This means that if you have 10 websites and you want the features that Kinsta offers, you're going to be paying a minimum of $300 a month. Like, oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. With Cloudways, you can have a 1 GB server for $10 a month and easily run 10 plus WordPress websites on it if they're not super high traffic. Now, the staging feature allows you to instantly clone websites to a private area where you can work on it, make changes, and completely overhaul your website. When you're ready to make the changes live, you can just click the push to live button, and Cloudways instantly switches it over for you to the live domain very smoothly. Now, when it comes to managing WordPress websites, Cloudways goes above and beyond to make it simple. When you create a new WordPress installation, you'll automatically gain access to a temporary subdomain where you can work on your site instantly. When you want to connect a domain name, you just type your domain in the Cloudways panel, point it to your server's IP address, and you're done. There's no need to mess around with WordPress configuration files when you change the domain because everything is handled for you. Now, if you aren't using WordPress and just want to run a PHP app, the experience isn't as magical, but still highly intuitive. When you create a new PHP app, a SQL database is automatically created and credentials are generated. You can connect your account via SSH, or SFTP, and you can choose to set up deployment via Git if that's something you're into. You can edit PHP settings on an application level, and everything is highly customizable. The only downside I can find of PHP apps is that they don't have a one-click staging feature like WordPress does. But other than that, everything else is basically the same. Cloudways has a wonderful automated backup system that is highly flexible. I have mine set to take daily backups and retain 1 week of history, and I can restore the backup for a single website with one click. Backups can be taken hourly or once a week, but it's important to note that offsite backups are mandatory with Cloudways. I think it's great that Cloudways is pushing offsite backups for everyone's sanity, but do keep in mind that this is an additional cost you have to pay for. Cloudways charges 3 1/3 cents per gigabyte of backup storage you use in a month, so this will probably add up to $3 to $5 per month depending on your usage. But for the most part, my experience with Cloudways has been amazing. However, there are some significant downsides I've discovered that might be a deal breaker for some. First, let's start with the cost. Cloudways takes the cost of a VPS at the appropriate cloud platform and doubles it. So let's say you get a 1 gigabyte DigitalOcean droplet. This would cost $5 per month from DigitalOcean, but at Cloudways, you pay $10 a month. Now, if you only need a small server like I do, paying an extra $5 a month for these management features is highly worth it. I would even pay $10 to $20 per month extra to have access to these powerful features. But Cloudways starts to get unreasonable if you require a large server. Let's say you want a server with 4 gigabytes of RAM from Amazon Web Services. That'll cost you $86.77 per month. When you can get this directly from Amazon for half the price, it becomes hard to justify the Cloudways markup. And I think this goes to show that Cloudways is best suited for someone like me, an entrepreneur and freelancer who has a lot of sites, maybe 10 to 20 sites needing hosting, and wants a dedicated hosting solution that has a lot of flexibility and options that shared hosting doesn't offer. If you're a large company who requires a lot of power, then I'd imagine you would have a budget to have an IT department who can manage your AWS account full time, thus eliminating the need for the management system that Cloudways offers. But if you determine the price and value are right for you, and this is speaking your language, and you're like, man, where has Cloudways been my whole life? There are still some downsides I've discovered. While the 24/7 support is helpful, it seems like they're always in a hurry to get rid of you. I've had them briefly answer some questions on a live chat, and then they end the chat abruptly without asking if there's anything else they can do to help. And it just appears like they're trying to get rid of me and move on with their night instead of showing me genuine interest to help me and listen to me. But the support is decent enough that I'm comfortable using Cloudways. I just wish that they were a little more friendly and diplomatic. So in the end, would I recommend Cloudways for web hosting? Well, the answer really is, it depends. I think you'll know if Cloudways is right for you just by getting the 3-day free trial and checking it out. If you manage multiple WordPress sites and want intuitive, reliable hosting, I think you're going to love Cloudways. But if you just have 1 or 2 websites to host, you'll likely be happier with some shared web hosting. And if you want complete control over your web server and require more guts and power, you'll likely be happier going directly to DigitalOcean or Amazon Web Services and getting a server from them. I've been using Cloudways for a month now, and I'm absolutely in love. I have no plans to change hosts anytime soon, and I'm so glad I found Cloudways. And again, this host is absolutely not for everyone. Just because I use it doesn't mean that you should go and sign up for it immediately and throw your website on it. I think that you'll know if it's right for you, if the staging features interest you, and if you've been looking for a host like Kinsta or Flywheel without the cost, but with still the reliability and all the flexibility. And for me, that is exactly what I've been looking for, and Cloudways is a dream come true. So which web host do you use? I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you like this video, do be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so you don't miss when I release new videos. And with that said, I will catch you guys next time.